And by the break of the glass, it is ready for the Window Lickers and the Monday Night Raw preview review show. But this is going to be more of a review because, well, it already happened. And it was a fantastic one. And if you didn't catch it, I would advise you after this show to go back and watch what we're about to talk about, because we have Monday Night Raw talk, we have Blood and Guts talk, and this is the Monday Night Raw preview review show. And these are my friends. You have the blue-eyed villain himself. He is the Grunmiester. How you doing, Philly baby boy? Grunny.
I am doing good. Was able to confirm that the dating thing that's Thursday night.
I was hoping for an update.
Well, hold on.
Let him hit the noise. There we go.
All right, Grun, dating update. How goes it? Let's hear it.
So it is still going on, still planned as far as I can tell, and it will be taking place at a bar, I believe, or brewery actually in I think it's Center City. The pretty casual place. Games got lots of beer, family friendly ish, and pet.
The ish
friendly.
is important in that. It's doing a
it
lot of
is.
heavy lifting.
Very.
It is, because they are family accessible, I think it would be the better way to phrase it.
Okay.
Is it? Okay. And I'm pretty sure I got an outfit. Might get a new pair of black jeans tomorrow after work, but other than that, I got an outfit ready to go.
Beautiful, Grun. Sounds like you're prepped, and like Kevin was saying, that does do a little of the heavy lifting. You have the beer flowing, you got games going, you got things, that you can break ice with.
Oh, yeah.
And that's always important, I think.
Very important.
I'm married. I don't have to break the ice.
We don't need to know about those things anymore.
Yeah, I just go and talk to her if I need to talk to her.
No, I envy you guys, because apparently there's also the... there have always been rules, I guess, unspoken rules to dating, but apparently now there's a whole bunch of new rules, and that completely go against pretty much every way successful marriages have been found, which there's a million different ways.
I'm going to need an update on these rules. Now I'm curious. I'm never going to hear about it from anyone but a single dude at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the big rules is that you can't date you can't date someone that you work with. Now, I can understand where they're coming from with it, but that's also how a lot of people used to find their couples.
What the hell's that all about? You gonna spin it now?
Obviously there is.
Well, let me just do it, because I did that, and now I'm happily engaged.
I have too.
I mean it. Like they have these rules probably because of the Me Too, and this is just evidence that while it is very important to make sure that there is not sexual harassment in the workplace, it can be taken too far.
There's a lot of overcorrection. I believe How I Met Your Mother said it best. I think it was How I Met Your Mother. The Dobler-Dahmer effect.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep, I'm
perfect.
Sure.
The Dobler-Dahmer effect. You can do the same thing, and depending on how it's received, you are either Dobler from, I think, Say Anything. It's one of those movies where he holds up the music box and everything and like goes to the house, and it's just so sweet and romantic. Or you can be Dahmer, the serial killer. And it's completely dependent on how that action is taken. You could change nothing else.
Very true, Kevin. And although I do follow a lot of what Barney says, I'm following Ken on this one. Top fan of Window Lickers over here. No fishing off the company.
I mean, you know what? I will say, as a general rule, I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as an overarching everything, I can't break that rule. It seems like a lot. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it's a play it by ear, figure out, like, is there something there before you just full on start flirting with your coworker?
Bingo. Yeah. Don't make your workplace awkward for so many people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I like it, Grun, and Grun, I love these updates.
Mom,
you
I'm sexually active now. Get over it.
get over it,
Okay.
Mom.
Okay.
You're sexually active now, just get over it, but I do love it, Grun, and keep us updated because we do like hearing these things, and we know the fans do too. And we want to see your journey in this, in the love travels of life, and hopefully you find yourself a Philly baby lady who is just as sweet as you.
Hopefully.
Mhm.
Hopefully
Actually,
more
you know what?
bubbly.
She
Yeah.
needs to be abrasive because you're too sweet. So, you have to have that yin and yang balance.
No, so what we need from her, what I need from her is to be the bubbly one because I'm an introvert outside of everything pro
Ah,
wrestling related. Outside of IYH, total introvert, barely can get barely can hold a conversation together unless it's something that I'm interested in.
well,
Mm.
Grun, we're gonna break you out of that.
You need someone like Annie then, because she basically looked at me and said, "Oh, you're single now," and then just shot for it.
Well, we
Nice.
have this.
She's over there
Nice.
laughing
Nice.
off camera. She's like, "Yep, that's it."
We have this chance, though. At the expo, we can send Annie out there to survey the lands for us, and then come back. And Grun,
So you're saying Annie's gonna survey Squared Circle Expo for Grun's potential matches?
yes, dude.
She's so
I
excited.
look,
She's
you know-
already excited.
I
She's
said
over
we
here,
should have
she's
had a
gaping,
dating
mouth
thing for
agape.
Grun.
Do you want to
What are the-
celeb shot something real quick? Hold on, she's getting herself ready.
Oh, here we go.
This will go viral. We
Yes,
need
it
to
will.
do this. This is a great social media content. Thank you. I am a great gatekeeper.
This is gonna work.
You can trust me.
All right, I'll
I got
trust you.
This
Trust
is gonna
you.
be
She
awesome.
says he'll trust you.
Cool.
I love this. I love this idea. I absolutely love this. I think we can talk to House about this, and you know what? We're gonna have a match game for IYH at the expo.
Oh dear God.
This is gonna be fantastic. I love
Yes.
it.
This
I
is
love
either
it.
gonna, this is either gonna go horribly right or horribly wrong.
Oh, it's gonna be going.
It's
great,
going to be,
man.
you know what? It's going to be option C, a little bit of column A, a little column B. You give it a hit with all the above. That question on that quiz that you always pick because you thought it was right whenever it was there.
There we go. I love
Thank
it.
you, Austin
Grun,
Aries.
this is going to be a fantastic moment for you. IYH is going to get the content, and you're going to fall in love, Grun. So
All right.
win-win. We're all winning here.
Yep.
Speaking of winning, though, guys, before we get into the love of what brings us here, Monday Night Raw, we have to talk AEW Blood and Guts. And I want to say, and you heard me say it, Grun, on previous shows, this was fantastic. This was a great show from start to finish, from first bell to last bell. This was just epic. I enjoyed it. The women's match, the women's Blood and Guts match, for the first time ever. I do not care if you're out there and you're saying, "Oh, women shouldn't be doing these things." You are dead wrong. This is the evolution of women's wrestling, and if you're not behind it, you're in the 1940s. You're still asking your wife, "You got that martini for me when I get home?" That's you. We're over here in progressive land, and we're seeing women step up to levels that outdid the men. That women's match for me, like you said, Grun, I thought it was better than the men's, but I enjoyed the men's. I'm not saying I did not enjoy the men's, but if I had to rate them, the women's takes tops of that. Grun, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what Kevin has to say. So whoever wants to go first, go ahead and dive into this subject.
You go ahead and hit it first, Grun.
All right. So the men's Blood and Guts, I enjoyed how they had Orange Cassidy start the cage for his team, and I'm very used to Orange Cassidy like being nonchalant, not really caring. Yeah, we got serious Orange Cassidy right out of the gate, which I did appreciate. I also appreciated how the one that he started it with was Wheeler Yuta for the Death Riders. There's
Yuta became a huge in my book on this one.
Philly boy that even if he's not at his best, even if he has a bad match, I cannot help but I am addicted to Philly boys. We don't have many pro wrestlers that are amazing since Stevie Richards. and the BWO. Okay.
You're not gonna get any complaints from me, Grun.
I don't see a lot of argument coming from the peanut gallery of us.
I'm just glad there is some pro wrestlers coming out of Philly nowadays that actually might become big stars.
Hey, I agree with you, and I like your take on Orange Cassidy. I mean, the spot where they stapled his hands inside his pants. That I mean, to me, that is it's a level of comedy, but it's also a level of hitting his actual character.
It is,
and it worked perfect. Yuta, again, in this match, he made me a huge fan of his. I cannot wait to see more of him. I've seen other stuff of him, but for some reason, that match just really highlighted Yuta for me.
definitely. He, at least for me, like he looked a little. I'm realizing he's probably put on a little bit more muscle since last time I saw him, which is good. He's got that.
That's what he needs. That's what he's missing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've been saying it for a year and a half. He can't be a star if he doesn't look like one. And unfortunately, for a very long time, Yuta hasn't looked like anything. And like he's technically good. He can do the moves.
Yeah.
I wish he had a little bit more personality, but you can still grow into that. I don't think he's that old. So I'm not too worried on that front, but I am worried if he needs to put on size like Kyle Fletcher put on size.
Yeah.
Because the second Kyle Fletcher put on size, what happened? He looked like a star. He felt like a star, and he ended up being a fucking star.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So let's get that done. I don't care how nimble you want to fucking be. This is a pro wrestling industry, brother. Unless you go and be the next Rey Mysterio, I'd put on 20 pounds of muscle as quick as you can.
I agree with you 100 on that one.
Yeah, and so Wheeler Yuta is 29 years old. So I mean, he's still got
He's got time.
As long as John
his
Moxley
isn't too filled up, then we're good.
as long as John Moxley doesn't kill him, I think we're okay. I think he's got enough time.
Well,
John Moxley kills everybody though, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
he's a murderer. Okay, so you enjoyed the men's match, Grun.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I don't like Pac's new haircut. He's supposed to be a Death Rider. He shortened it to kind of a cleaner look, and it's like I get it. That's what he wants to do as an individual, as a personal, whoever he is outside of pro wrestling. But he's part of the Death Riders. His name is Pac, and he is notorious for being a bastard. I would think he'd keep the long hair, but
or at least a mohawk. I don't know.
something.
I'll take mohawk Pac.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Grun. I see what you're saying. I don't know. Those things, they irritate me in a way because it takes away from what they actually can do and character wise. And it's just a simple, like, maybe you just, I've shaved my head one day and been like, man, I shouldn't have shaved my fucking head. I wish I wouldn't have done that. But you do that, you move on.
Might be going for like English, like thug.
Okay.
Because, you know, Newcastle native, things like that.
That could make sense.
He might be going for that route. But again, you have to know your audience. So if you are in a large wrestling promotion in America, you can generally assume that you're going towards an American audience. I'm not saying you're not going towards other audiences, but you're trying to cater most towards American audiences. That's where your television deals are. That's where your money is made. Those are the people that you really want to cater to. I see where he might be going in the thought process of English thug, but it's not going to translate to America because we have a different view of thug, which you guys literally described. Long hair, disheveled, you know, shit like that. You're thinking thug when you see that because that's the image that America has been presented with. So if we're going along those lines, it's not translating because it's not an American go. It's a British go. At least that's possible.
And if they're going that route, it's almost like you almost have to pull the audience along with you on that. You have to tell them basically that, you know, you have to identify Pac as a part of the thugs out of somewhere out of England or the UK.
Yeah, it's almost like an updated, like they don't have the hats or anything, but like Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
And they're
got
kind of
you.
going that route with Death Rider with a bit more modern of a twist with more murder. Well,
Which
You know what?
I'm there
it's
for.
some amount of murder, I guess, but
I think I got a simple solution that probably does go along with what you're saying. That
Mhm.
what Hawk is probably just add one word in front of bastard when you call him the bastard, the British bastard.
perfect.
Something
I
like
love
that.
alliteration.
Perfect.
People get that over. We're good. They can then Google search that shit.
Exactly.
And then now you're guiding the audience in the direction you want them to go.
You got to spoon feed the audience. Don't make them
Mhm.
theorize. The more they theorize, the more they'll get disappointed.
Yep.
Yeah, and the more podcasts that will pop up like this.
I'm
I mean,
saying,
you don't want
more
any more
podcasts
of
like
these.
us.
No,
You don't need
no.
anyone but us.
Exactly.
Yes, come here. This is you get it all. Okay, Grun. Any last words on the blood and guts before we move to Kevin?
I guess the only Blood and Guts match, both were solid. Hangman should not have had a false count anywhere match against Powerhouse Hobbs. It should have been in anything else. I don't care. Just not
I
a
got
no
two
DQ
issues
settlement.
with the Hangman segment, and that was one of them.
Mhm.
Okay.
There was too much violence, and it just made Hobbs and Hangman look like crap.
Really? Okay.
I don't know if it made him look like crap, but it made him feel not special or important at all.
Mhm.
I could see your
They're
point
supposed
on
to
that one.
be. It's supposed to be the world heavyweight champ against this large powerhouse that's going to murder him. You could have done that in a singles match.
Yeah.
You could have done that in a DQ level style match. Second issue I had, and I guess this will just translate into me talking about blood and guts. Why the fuck are we booking steel cage matches on a pay-per-view 10 days away when we just had 2 blood and guts matches that are going to be way more violent? What the fuck are we doing here, AEW?
That's a good question.
Literally, any other kind of match would have been the right match.
Yeah.
But you chose to do a steel cage match after Blood and Guts happened, which is basically War Games on meth.
Mhm.
In a
It really
steel
is.
cage.
Yep.
It was
What
wild.
are we doing here? What's the draw? Make a last man standing match. Do it. Do anything. Anything else.
No, and you do make a valid point on that. But again, it's one of those things like it's what's it, Monday quarterback? You know, you've already done the play, and it's like, well,
They can't change it now.
Yeah,
so
you
they got to
can't
make
change
it work.
now. But you do bring up a point, like that Hobbs and Hangman match would have been even more captivating, in my opinion, if it was just a regular match. Because now you've taken it and you've said, yes, are we doing these blood and guts matches where we're going to blow everything up? Yes, but in the middle of it, this is our heavyweight match. This is where
With our
we're going.
heavyweight champion.
Exactly. So yes, I didn't think about that until you both said something about it, and I completely agree with you. OG Tony, we are glad you're here. What's up? How you doing? We're talking
Tony?
blood and guts right now, and we're on to Kevin Kalloway
So
and his insight.
I'll brush on the men's match because the women's match was more intriguing to me for multiple reasons, good and bad. The men's match to me lacked star power. So it lacked. I'm not saying that it was a bad hardcore match because I thought it was a decent hardcore match, which is basically what it was, trapped in a cage. But the finish to me was flat in the sense that we're just doing another chokeout on Moxley. Like it's another Moxley match with another goddamn sleeper hold. I get that it's doing it to him now instead of him doing it to other people, but like, it's the same finish. It's the same finish. He just happened to be rolling around in glass during it. That's the only difference. And they had a more effective glass spot in the women's match, and then they just said, you know what? Let's do more glass.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? And the men's match against star power, if I had to point at people who have star power in AEW and aren't treated like minions or just getting pushed or, whatever, there were two people in that match with star power. And it was Darby and it was Moxley. That's it. Everyone else, I'm not saying that their wrestling is bad. I'm not saying they're bad workers. They're all great workers. But from how AEW has treated most of those guys, they aren't feeling special currently. They aren't feeling like they can go out there and murder somebody. Like, Claudio's the right-hand man, so he's like the best minion.
Mm-hmm.
Yuta and Pac are just thugs. And I think Garcia was the other one.
Yep.
So it was in my head, just like I've already forgotten who the fifth person was. And it's not even Garcia's fault.
No.
I couldn't even name another person past, I think, Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly on the other team. Because I watched it 2 weeks ago, and now I can't remember.
Yeah.
But that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to
It
book
is.
that kind of match, you need the star power to go along with it.
Yep.
And, you know, I'm looking at how the war games are shaking up for WWE, and I know we'll get to that later, but their men's war game is packed with star power.
It is. It is.
And it's compared to this one, the men's blood and guts just wasn't.
Mm.
And I think that was a detriment for it. So, touched on that, but the women's one is different. That was packed with star power. That was packed with some of their best female heavy hitters. Chris Statlander, Megan Bain, Toni Storm, Willow Nightingale, Mercedes Moné, like all of these women who you've pushed, who you've put things behind, all of these things. And I thought for a first women's blood and guts match for a lot of the people with a 6-on-6 scenario, they did pretty well. And the spots, I think it also benefited from going on before the men's because their stuff felt fresh. Whereas if the order was reversed, we might be singing a different tune.
It's
I
a good
agree.
possibility.
I can't say that hindsight's 20/20 on that. I don't know for certain because that's not how, you know, this butterfly effect turned out. But the women did more things that felt brutal. They did more things that felt unique. And they did a lot of things where it felt like there were more character works involved as opposed to just like, we're going to go in there and we're going to murder each other. And then that's the match. Because that's what the men's felt like to me.
Yeah.
Couple of things, though, for the women's. It was a rough start. It was evident to me that some of the women were more experienced than others. And that's generally okay. But in a large match scenario like this, if they are less experienced, they can't call as much on the fly. You got to make sure that they know their shit. Because I agree with Tony, they worked their ass off.
Yeah.
Like they worked their absolute asses off. But a couple of the things it just ended up being detrimental to it and taking me out of it as I was watching. Now, I think it was around the halfway point of that match where I'm like, okay, I'm in, I'm good for this. But it took me that long to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Where if we could have cleaned up some stuff, like after, I think Willow and I forget who, Sky Blue started, they did well just by themselves. But when we started adding in extra women until we got like, I think like Megan Bain or like not Toni Storm, past Jamie Hayter. So that would have been the fifth for each team. That's about when I looked at it and I went, oh God, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And that's when it felt like that's when it was here we go. So it was a lot of stop and start at the beginning of it. I loved the finish of it though. It was wonky at first, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, oh, they can't get out of this with a pinfall. They can't really get out of it with a KO. If they do a submission, it would be the same as the men's. How else can we do this? We do a surrender by someone beating the holy teetotal shit out of someone else's friend, and then the other person quits for them. That's classic booking. You can do a lot of stuff with that if you do it right. And I think I would have preferred it not looking so dominant at the end for the heels. Like a couple of the heel women maybe be locked down.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was the right move and it worked out. It could go up from here. Hey, we've been saying this for the last summer. Like AEW could go up from here.
Oh yeah,
They just need to capitalize on stuff for once in their goddamn lives.
I agree with you. Here's my final question. We've asked everybody who's talked about it at IYH.
Mm-hmm.
Does it intrigue you for next Wednesday?
No, not this one. Then I'll tell you
No?
why. I'll tell
Okay.
you why. I'll preface it. It's not because the matches were bad. It's because that was the finale. We got to start a new season. So there's not, because the Hangman thing was the only thing that was supposed to drag you to next week, right? But the Hangman thing didn't make any fucking sense to me. So it didn't intrigue me to next week. And the FTR angle was like, oh God, we can go into a whole dissertation on how that didn't work.
Yeah. I'm intrigued for Tony. I want to see what happens from that fallout because she has to say she's the one who gave up.
That's the only one that still has business left on the table.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily intrigued on where they go because I'm worried that they don't know how to do that level of nuance, but that's just because of their past track record, not because I'm not intrigued as to what could happen.
I got you.
Maybe I'm more jaded than I am anything else, but like the men's felt, oh, all right, Kyle O'Reilly taps out Jon Moxley, done. We're done. The women could still have something there, though. And I agree with that. That's fair. I'm excited to see where they go with the next season at this point.
Okay.
That I'm excited for. I just don't know if it's excited for next week or the next couple weeks.
Okay.
So I'll preface it that way.
No, that's a fair point. All right. So we can say Blood and Guts for what it was, for what AEW put on.
Felt like classic ECW.
Yeah, it was great. I had a good time. I know the fans did. Yes, are there critiques we can have? You just heard them. But 2 out of 3 of us were excited for it. Kevin's excited for the next season, what the new stories are going to be, and I can't blame him. Past track record. I am going on a limb, giving them another chance. I am tuning in tomorrow.
I am tuning in. My buddy, who is currently protesting WWE for his own reasons, he's one of my oldest wrestling fans, so I will be keeping up with AEW going forward weekly.
Awesome.
And I'm excited to see what happens.
Beautiful. I can't wait. So like we always do here, Grun, we're going to put a pin in it, and we're going to get back to AEW at a later date. But right now, it is Monday night, and we seen some Monday Night Raw last night. That was top notch. Monday Night Raw, packed. Kevin, you said star-studded. You needed it for the men's match. Well, you got it for WWE on Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
This was fantastic. I loved this Monday Night Raw. This is where you keep a fan like me entertained, because from just not all the surprises. I mean, AJ Lee pops out. Maxine Dupree is now our new women's IC title holder.
I looked over at Annie after someone messaged it to me, and she's like, wait, what? Maxine is champ?
That's awesome. Like, it just blows my mind. And I love the fact that AJ Lee did not have to touch a single person. Nope. She just came out and was herself. Fantastic there. We had the return of Brock and Roman. We got the 5-on-5 now, star-studded. This is just setting up to be a beautiful War Games. All right, guys, who wants to dive into your subject first? Just throw it out there. Let's go.
I would like to take a moment and talk about the women's War Games situation that we have brewing. Obviously, I'd love to talk about Maxine, but you know what? I think there's more news around the women's War Games, because while Charlotte Flair did come out and save Alexa Bliss, it is being reported she's still not scheduled for the match, and instead is going to be replaced by the combination of Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. So now, a bit of an odd pairing, odd just throwing them in there, but they have a reason for they they've tied it in. Asuka tried to get Bailey to join her War Games team. Now, I guess my question is this the right move? And do you think it's because reason they have to make a move like this is because Charlotte won't do a War Games match?
I think Charlotte not doing a War Games match is speculation. So I that's grain of salt to me. It's certainly possible, but it feels unlikely is how I would describe it, because any match like that is your own creation. So whatever you're willing to take, like, other people can take the other shit. Like, as a worker, it's not. I've done Money in the Bank ladder matches and looked at people and said, yeah, I'm not going to do that. What you're saying that you want to do to other people, I don't want to do that. I don't know how to take it. I don't know what to do with it. I think I'm going to get hurt. So we're not going to do it to me. And then someone else from the crowd goes, I'll take it. And then they'll do it. That's how that shit works in the back. But I just had to pull back the curtain a little. But to me, Bailey and Lyra don't make a lick of sense in this. I don't think that that's an accurate report. I think it's a planted one is what makes more sense.
Could be.
It could be.
Or it could be one of those situations where they say, yes, we're going to be in it. And then they kind of like dusty finish it and take it away. I've heard also speculation. And again, this is speculation at best, of the last, it being Charlotte, and then the last two being Becky and AJ Lee. That's the other speculation I've heard. I don't think that that's that bad of an idea. It certainly isn't bad for AJ because it hides her within a 5-on-5. And then she doesn't have to take any of the stuff she's not comfortable with yet. So that one makes more sense to me. But even then, we could go another direction. But one team only needs one person.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I think you run into issues with Bailey and Lyra. Who's the one person for the heels then?
The only name that comes to mind is if Asuka goes to SmackDown, because they've already gets Julia, which, like, okay.
But then you're long-term putting Julia with them, because otherwise, why would they do that?
Yeah. But I think yours makes more sense because Rhea did pull AJ aside for a talk that happened off camera. Becky now has even more beef with AJ Lee, so I don't see why, if Team Rhea, whatever they want to call themselves, if they confirm AJ Lee before Asuka and her team confirms their fifth member, you can probably have Becky storm down to the ring and demand that she's in the match.
Yeah.
I also don't disagree with Tony. Bailey does have history with damage control, but it would also involve her being in the team with the person who fucked her over the most, which was Io Sky. So if you're going to bring up the passive damage control, it's everybody, right? I don't know why she would join the Io Sky part of it, and just to fuck over Asuka and Kairi.
Well,
it's one of those things that kind of is like, you could logic it, but
I see what you're saying. But here's my thing, though. They planted the seed, though, with Bailey when she was talking to Asuka, because she said, you made my best friend turn on me. So here, let me tiptoe on what Grun was reporting. What if it is Bailey and Lyra is turning?
Like mid-war games?
Mid-war games. Lyra turns, and
that's good business. I'm here for it.
Okay, you'll accept that?
Yeah, it's good business. I'm here for it.
That's the only. I think
it's still real awkward to not have Charlotte in it.
It is. It really is. But what if, again, though, we don't know too much, but what if Charlotte's kind of dealing with a little injury,
could be a knock
or something? Yeah. Maybe that's why, because it was very weird that she just was absolutely like, nope. And then points to Rhea. Like, I mean, come on. Like, are they really still dragging that story out with Rhea? Like, even Rhea was looking at her like, what are we really
What are
going
we
that
doing here?
route? Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting though. I am very intrigued in where they're going to go with this. And
Yes.
Grun, I know you'll be covering that on SmackDown because I mean, that's the next opportunity we're going to find out any more information on any of this WWE stuff. Okay. So Kevin, where are you at this week and what do you want to talk about? What do you want to teach us this week, Kevin?
Wow, brother, I don't know if I have anything to teach this week,
Oh,
but
you're
I
always
do have some wild. Well, I want to talk Cena's tournament.
Oh, here we go. Grun, this is up your alley.
This will be ongoing, but I have there's a couple of first round matches still left, and I've assembled some brackets in my head because they haven't announced any brackets, and I can tell you why. It's because they probably didn't know everything they wanted to do, and they probably didn't know everyone they could get.
Yeah.
And here we are. Also, I don't think they wanted to assemble brackets because then people will start accurately predicting what will happen.
Mm.
They don't want that. They want
Yeah.
surprise. To me, we're looking at a couple opportunities. We have Mello and Reed left, and that'll be on SmackDown, I believe. And then also there'll be Penta and Finn Balor. I don't know if that's on SmackDown or if it's on the next Raw. Those are the last two first-round matches. And then I believe it's whoever wins Penta versus Balor faces Gunther. They announced that too.
Mm.
And then whoever wins between Reed and Mello faces Solo.
So you have that backwards, actually.
Do I have it? Is it the other way around?
Yeah. So Gunther faces winner of Reed Hayes. Solo. It's all good.
Good.
Solo,
Thank you for the correction because I would have said something
16
different.
people. It's a lot to remember.
It's a lot to remember.
It's a lot to remember.
But if we're looking at that, so to me, there's an opportunity here with Mello that people have been screaming for.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's an opportunity that I think we talked about off camera that I think would be interesting too. To me, Reed doesn't need this win. He's about to be in War Games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he needs to assert any kind of dominance in this tournament. There are many ways to fuck him out of this win. So many ways. But you know who could be a star-making performance even in one fucking leg of this tournament? Carmelo Hayes. He beats Reed. I'll make a comparison. It's a wild hyperbole, but I'm going to do it anyway. You remember when Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar?
Yep. Most certainly do.
That's what it's going to feel like, minus the heavyweight title. So, like, does Mello need to beat Gunther the next round? No. He's good.
No.
He already beat one. We're good.
Wow.
Just give him a good showing against Gunther like Javon Evans had. Gunther is better with guys that are smaller than him anyway. Guys that jump around. Just give Gunther another one of those guys. Don't make him face fucking Bronson Reed. That's about the dumbest matchup you could put with Gunther, in my opinion. I think
Why
they could
waste
have a
that
good
match?
match, but like, why are we doing heel versus heel?
Why would we even waste that opportunity to have that great
We
of a
can
match?
have that down the line when Reed's a face or Gunther's a
Oh.
face or whatever we want to do.
Exactly.
We can land on some business for that.
Fucking love where your mind's at.
I don't want to. Mello here is the right call because Reed, fucking Cody Rhodes could come down the area, hit Reed with a chair, and nobody will bat an eye with him being a face still.
Yeah. 100 on
Nobody. Another intriguing option I think was brought up by one of you two, so I'll let you take it, is if Mello gets taken out.
Yes, I propose that because we still wonder if a certain new NXT superstar is going to make an appearance and in this tournament. Now, Mello is still having beef with Miz. Miz has been taken out of the tournament. Mello has now talked some smack on Miz in the lead up to his match on SmackDown. So if I'm Miz, I'm an arrogant and self-absorbed little weenie narcissist who doesn't like it when someone who I think I'm better than says some mean words about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Miz is likely going to attack Hayes before the match. Maybe as Mello is making his way down, Bronson Reed demanding that he just get a bye. Nick Aldis say, no, we're gonna find you an opponent, and maybe be someone from the crowd. They're expecting someone to just yell out Joe Hendry. Nick Aldis says, wait, what name did you just say? Say his name and he appears.
I could see it being played.
Yeah.
You set it up very well and you put it within the story. And that's what I enjoy, because that right there gives Miz heat.
Mm-hmm.
It also solves one of the bigger issues I've had with the tournament, and that's that none of the surprise guys have gone past the first round.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't need them to make a deep run in the tournament or anything.
No.
But man, like the surprise guys came in and they just got killed. Like, unless they're getting signed to contracts and we're going to see them week to week going forward, which, you can never rule out. But man, I would have loved to see Zack Ryder win his match.
Yeah.
I would have loved but I would have loved more, only because like Zack Ryder beating, I think he faced LA Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knight probably needs to make a deeper run in the tournament. So I would have put him with someone else if we wanted Zack Ryder to win a match.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. You know who didn't need a win, though? Solo.
No.
Solo
Yeah.
didn't have to have the win. He's got a whole group around him. He's got all this other shit going on. He's going to assert dominance that way.
Yeah.
If he would have taken an L here and we could have had, because they've got all kinds of people hating them on SmackDown, have literally any of them come out. Have Motor City Machine Guns come up and kill Taller Tonga.
Taller
Tonga is busy. Solo's like, what's going on? Zigzag 1, 2, 3. You gave Solo an out. Like, there are many ways to give outs, and I feel that we could have put Ziggler through just so that he dies next round. Like, he can die next round. That's fine. We just need one of these guys to give us some goddamn hope.
Could you guys imagine that crowd if Dolph would have won?
I want to point something out. Because here's who, if Nick Nemeth had won, Dolph Ziggler, he would have faced one of two people. Penta or Finn Balor.
See,
and
right there.
You don't want. That's not.
I want that. Like I want that now.
You tease me like that.
God, Grun, you're such a jerk. This isn't prom.
I would have booked Solo being stupid, and it somehow cost himself the match. Just not knowing who the winner of that match would have faced.
Right.
I don't care, because I don't have faith. No one has faith. I want to meet someone who actually has faith that the Solo Sikoa and the MFTs are going to mean anything anymore.
I think they still have time to
they finally have everyone together on it. And like, I do think that they have more, man, Tama Tonga put on some muscle. Talk about putting on some muscle to look like a star. That man came back and I couldn't recognize him.
No, he did.
I didn't.
So
really did.
I do still have faith in them. The problem is now, though, that we have to capitalize on that. But we can't capitalize that while Solo's busy in a goddamn tournament.
Yeah. And I think you honestly gave it the perfect out, because even after, let's say Dolph gets taken out in the next round, because that's how you would write it.
That's how I would write it.
You don't want him going deep.
No.
You can have him getting past the first round. So then Solo and them come out, they fuck over Dolph in the second round, and then Motor City Machine Guns come out, and now you have a triple threat or a triple tag team right there with Dolph and the Motor. Tell me, oh my God, that
you just booked it. Well, we got it.
God, that makes me so angry. Oh, here we go. We got OG Tony. He's been in our chats. They got merchandise contracts only per Dolph Ziggler busted open. Okay.
Well, I mean, at that point, like, that's fine with merchandise only contracts. Make your fucking money. Like, there's no judgment there, but you can do a per night deal. They did that in the Attitude Era. They did that on every kind of era in wrestling fucking ever. That's how the indies are built down.
Yeah.
So I do get that, OG Tony, truly. And if they don't want to do another appearance, I am not Dolph Ziggler. I am not Zack Ryder. So I can't make those decisions for them. But me looking at it as a booker, you're coming in with these surprises. You're saying, oh, there's people from other companies, and then none of them go through is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Not in the sense that like we didn't get our money's worth, because I think we did. But if you want something shocking and to like shock the system, that would have been the way to do it, in my opinion.
No, totally agree with you on that. I will say this because I said this to House when we talked about it. This does set up the possibility for the Royal Rumble of an entrance.
Yes.
And it making sense. So I'm that's where I'm putting my hope that we see these guys. If we don't see them again, that's when we see them. Royal Rumble, we get surprise entrances. I would love that. Okay, so we got to talk about it, guys. We had so many people coming back. We had some surprises. We talked about it earlier. AJ Lee came out, didn't even do anything besides do her little skipping and being a nuisance just by being herself. She's in Becky Lynch's head, and I love that storyline. They're really pushing that. I do enjoy the Charlotte Rhea feud, and then it pushing Charlotte outside, because that's going to set up where Bliss has to, there's going to be a time where she has to make a decision, and this is going to be one of those moments that push it. But what we need to talk about were the amazing suplexes we've seen from so many guys, and then we cap it off with Brock coming down and just chucking people. Even Gunther's to Evans. If Evans is not a star right now in more people's eyes, you're blind, because that kid gave his heart, and I wanted him to have that moment you were talking about, the Eddie winning over Brock. I wanted it to be over Gunther. I wanted Gunther to win this whole thing. I really do. But at the end of the day, if we could have got Javon Evans to pop that crowd and get that win, it would have been epic. But the overall night, that's what I want to focus on. Yes, I made the joke with the suplexes, but they were awesome. This was one of the best Raws we've seen in a while. And it connected with stories. It connected with matches. We had 5-star matches throughout the night. Where are you guys now? And this is the question. Where are you guys now after seeing this build up to War Games? Where are you with Monday Night Raw, WWE as a whole? Are you guys still sticking in? Where are we at? Where are we gauging each other at?
I'm in.
You're in.
I'm going to say the same thing that I said about AEW, except the problem is, not the problem, but the difference is, they gave me something that now I can bite onto. So these pay-per-views are like about the same amount of time apart, like roughly a week, right?
Yeah.
We have Full Gear and we have Survivor Series War Games. War Games effectively was built where I want more and I want to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Full Gear with the Hangman cage match wasn't. It's not because their match was bad. It's because it didn't feel significant compared to the other things that happened on the card. WWE waited and gave us a shit ton all at once. Made us all excited and said, go buy ESPN. It's an effective business strategy. I'm here to watch the week to week at this point. I wasn't. You asked me this 2 weeks ago, I'd have said, I don't know. Catch the highlights.
Yeah.
Which is what I did. Now, I feel like it's back to something I have to actually watch to see if something crazy happens, to see if something goes on. It feels like we're in Mania season for a second time this year. And that's all because of one man, and it's John Cena. But that also brings up the problem, and we don't have to get into this right now because this is a whole dissertation. What happens when this man leaves?
I knew you were going there. Yep. Yeah.
Because I don't know what happens for this Mania to make it feel as special as this tournament.
That's a very good question, Kevin. And yeah, we'll keep that, and we will discuss
Sami Zayn for
that.
Royal Rumble winner and WWE champion.
Grun, where are you at? Are you still hooked in? Did this past Raw, did this just sink your teeth deeper into the meat of WWE? Where are you at, my friend?
Yes, it did. With the previous week's announcement of Saturday night's main event, while also holding John Cena's final match, it's going to feature main roster talent versus NXT talent. Definitely looking forward to that. Very happy to see that. Happy to see that we have Gunther back. Happy to see Nick Nemeth have a match in WWE where we got to see why people love him and why people are so baffled that Dolph Ziggler was so just turned into the top jobber in WWE when he's one of the just because he's too good at selling, just because he's too good
He's
at
so good.
he was just too willing to put the other guy over there, unfortunately. But like, this is Maxine Dupree's been the build for her winning the title was great. The women's War Games match is looking interesting. Men's War Games match is going to be stacked. There is a lot to be happy about with where WWE is going right now, but the Royal Rumble is going to be a big deal because it's
They got to stick
I
the winner.
and right now Braun Breaker is probably going to be the winner, and it's not going to be the one where he wins at Mania. And it's simply because he doesn't. He is
fucking better if he wins.
Look, if he wins, like, yeah, but at the same time, I'm looking at it like, do you want Breaker's win to be against CM Punk because if it is CM Punk as champion at that point, I want Punk to basically die in 3 seconds because you need to push This is your opportunity to show Breaker entered at whatever number 1, 2, or 3, whatever low number, and physically eliminated 20 people. We'll say 20 people he was involved in eliminating.
So you want him to run the Royal Rumble like Brock did back in like 2021?
Yeah, I do, because I'm like,
Well, that was 2020. It was right before the pandemic.
Yep. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm thinking like this is the reason why I don't think Brock, if Braun does win, why I don't think he's gonna win at Mania is because I don't think they're gonna give Braun Breaker that opportunity to run the Rumble like that, because they want to be babyface to do that. They want the fans behind him, and they want the fans uber excited with Braun Breaker just running around destroying everybody.
So in this scenario, though, you brought up a good point, and I know we don't have that much time left, so I don't want to expound upon it too much. So we might have to put a pin in it simply by hearing this question. Maybe we hit this topic next week, boys. Do we feel we will have 2 face champions going into WrestleMania? Or do we feel somewhere in between a heel will beat either Cody Rhodes or CM Punk? Give that a week thought.
Yeah,
I'm asking it again next week.
Yeah, okay. So fans, you already know Kevin's topic for next week. Grun, we got to do some homework. We got to think about this one. I think this is going to produce a very interesting conversation. But the conversation for tonight has to end. We have to get you guys out of here because we're doing what
NXT's
we normally
coming
do.
up.
And NXT's coming up. So we got to get you out there, go and seeing that. But before we do, my friends need to tell you where you can find them. So go ahead, Grun, hit them with those socials and let them know where they can find those baby blue eyes.
You can catch me on Twitch, on YouTube, on Kick, under the name Grunmiester, where I try and multi-stream every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to hit the follow, because sometimes I do sneaky surprise streams as well.
He does definitely do that. So keep an eye out for Grun and, go get notified by him, and then you'll be able to know where he's going and what he's doing. But for the next guy, Kevin Kalloway, let him know where they can find you and what you're doing, my friend.
You can find me at Kevin Kalloway on Facebook, Kalloway Kevin on Instagram. You can also catch me defending my New Edge Pro Elevation title this Friday in Hazel Park at the Hazel Park Recreation Center. I have been told it will, in fact, be the main event. So catch me main eventing and winning. It'll be at Hazel Park Recreation Center. I believe doors open at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on Friday.
Beautiful, beautiful. Kevin, I wish you all the luck. And
I won't need it.
I know you don't need it. And I knew as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, you know what? I know what he's going to say. But, bring that title back. And, we want to hear the stories about it.
Oh, yeah. I'll recant you a tale next week.
We already got a Kevin question, and we already know we're getting a tail. So, you have to tune in. But to tune in, you have to follow us, and you can catch us next Monday at 7 p.m. like always. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to say it here. There's another awards show going on for my other daughter in music. So we might have to do this again on another Tuesday, unless I can get one of the guys to sub in for me. But
I got no problem doing a Tuesday, brother, because family's too important.
Very true. And that, it's award season. They made fifth in state. They're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
But 7 p.m. Mondays, that's where you normally can find us. But next week, just plan for a Tuesday because I think that's where it's going to fall. Outside of that, tomorrow night, me and House, we're going to the animation conversation. And I've been keeping you on your toes. What are you guys watching? Oh, we need to know. C-Lab 2021. Come and watch it with us. You're gonna like it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows. You're gonna love it, and if you've seen it, you already know you're gonna love it. If you haven't, come play with me in house. It's gonna be fun. It's 6 p.m. tomorrow. It's the animation conversation, and it's a fun one. It's an hour-long show, just like this one. You'll enjoy it, and we're gonna watch 2 episodes of C-Lab.
Hell yeah.
Outside of that, we're going to go Thursday night, and that's the ECW Watch Along. That's where me and House, we watch ECW, and we invite you to join us. We don't even know what we're doing next week or this week. Not sure. We might stick in BWO. That's what people been, talking about in the backgrounds. So it might happen there. We might stay in BWO, or we might go somewhere else and see somebody else, but you won't know until you tune in. We will drop it tomorrow during the animation conversation show. So tune in for that if you want to get the ECW show. Sunday, the house party. That's where everybody around in your house group, if they want to talk wrestling from the week, that's where we talk it. Join us. Last week we had the what's the game he plays, Grun? That's true. That might be true, and that's ridiculous. That's a fun game. He had us fucking thinking with some of those questions, man. Some of us were like, man, if you changed a little bit here, I might be able to give you a different answer. But it was a great time, and that's Sundays at 12. So come and join me. House, Grun, Jones was on the last one. You never know who's going to stop in on the Sunday house party, but you know who's going to be here every Monday. So come and join us. And that's going to be Tuesday next week, guys. I know, but I'm in a rhythm. That's what I do. All right. So for me, for Grun, for Kevin, we thank you. We appreciate you. And we will catch you on the next one. Bye.